Okay, let's talk for a minute today about making decisions in the cancer journey and the fear that comes with our decisions. This topic comes up over and over again in my own mind. I talk to you guys about things that you ask me, but I sit over here and have all the same fears and concerns in my heart as a survivor. Like, did I make the right choices? Did I do something wrong? Am I getting cancer again right now? Am I whatever, right? We have all these things. What's the scan going to come up as? What's my doctor going to say? Why did she call me and leave a voicemail? And I have all the same fears that any other person would have. But I was having this great conversation with a woman on DMs the other day that found me on Instagram, and it just reminded me about the difference between how those fears are rooted so deeply in your mind while you're still going through treatment versus now I will always be a cancer patient. We can never say I'm cancer free. We can just say we don't find the disease in my body right now. And but I've been that way for since 2016, and I quit tamoxifen in 2017. So from a doctor's perspective, I am not having treatment right now. From my perspective, I work out, I eat really well, mostly organic, lots of veggies, kind of a Mediterranean style diet that I'm on, because these are the things that statistically several oncologists that I've talked to say are the most effective ways for me to avoid cancer recurrence: diet and exercise. So I do those religiously. For me, that is my treatment. But if you ask a doctor, is Leah being treated for cancer right now? They're going to say no, because I'm not taking the meds. And so in this conversation I was having with this woman the other day, she was expressing a lot of her fear to me about maybe quitting her medication. Would that be okay? She feels like she has to be on it. She doesn't have a choice. And I try to be careful when I talk to people because I'm not a doctor. I cannot tell you what to do. But I also want to be honest with people when I say that you always have a choice. And there is a lot of fear involved in us deciding if we should quit meds to try and have children, for example. For a lot of us young survivors, you cannot have kids if you don't quit the meds. And for some of us, you cannot have kids if you don't freeze eggs prior to treatment. We all had to make those scary choices too about what kind of access to fertility we were going to have during and after treatment in the first place. For pretty much all of us breast cancer survivors, the meds that we're on make it so that we cannot get pregnant unless we quit our treatment. There's no stay treated for cancer and have a baby. It's not a choice. But there are a lot of choices about if we stay on the meds, if we go back on them after we have kids, if we freeze eggs, if we just find out if we can get pregnant or not, and then adopt if we can't, or whatever, right? Or do a surrogate or something. There are choices. And I think this fear is so deeply rooted in us as survivors, by doctors, by society, by people telling us their horror stories, that we have to be treated always. We have to take the meds always. We have to do everything the doctor says always. We have to take the chemo just in case. And there's a lot of fear behind what we should or shouldn't be doing, or what's okay or what's not okay. And I want you guys to know that, when I quit tamoxifen, it wasn't a decision I made lightly. When I said no to the chemo, it wasn't a decision that I made lightly. There were a lot of factors involved: the results of my Oncotype DX, how I felt on my meds, the stage of my cancer, seeing multiple oncologists and getting all of their opinions and bringing that information together, reading the Atlas study on tamoxifen with my own eyes, in my own brain, not just believing what the doctor said about it. There's a lot of fear. I don't do these things without fear. But perhaps the difference is that I feel like sometimes we live through cancer and then basically our life is taken from us by treatment and the fear. And I did not live through cancer so that I could live in fear and be scared my whole life and be waiting to drop dead. That's not why I lived through cancer. So to me, the real choice is in deciding what can you live with so that you can live a happy, healthy, productive life without holding yourself back, and also making healthy choices. I don't make those decisions without fear. I don't make them without fear of the consequences. I fear the consequences of my choices about cancer all the time. I just know that some of us can't live on that treatment anymore. It's not a good choice for us. Whether it's ruining our lives, it's making us depressed, it's making it so we can't have the kids that we want, whatever. It's making us sicker. The side effects are too extreme. It's not worth it to us. I don't know. I don't know what your reasons are, but I know that it's not like people like me that make a choice to not do something that everyone feels obligated to do are fearless. We're not fearless. We're just making a decision that we can live with, that gives us a happy, healthy, productive life that we really, really want to live. And we're not fearless. We're just, willing to do it, willing to take that leap of faith, willing to say a prayer, willing to leave it up to God, and to live the happy, healthy life that we wanted after cancer. Big much love. I mean it. Talk to you guys soon.